A very good evening to all our viewers. Welcome to Thursday's edition of the Evening Review. My name is Kambala, your host. Tonight on the show we are joined by George Kambala. He is the spokesperson of the Affirmative Repositioning Movement, and he's just here to bring us up to speed with what is happening at the movement and its related affiliates. Thank you, sir, for making time. It's actually the first time that I'm having you here.
Yeah, it's the first time. Normally, Matthias is the one that normally does the interview, so
Yeah.
it's exciting to have, at least finally we can have our conversations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. So maybe the first thing is really just give us a sense of the state of AR now. I know that there was some sort of turmoil last year, and the leadership seemed to have moved fast to quash any further divisions. What is the state of the organization?
The state of the organization, it's, in terms of the environment, we're in a better place now. We are very much excited for the new year. The activists are eager to go on the ground, and most of them have already been on the ground since we left Valvas by last year. So the energy is up high, is skyrocketing, and we're excited in where we are right now and the stage and phase where we are headed to.
When AR started, and it was the three of you first, 2014 November, if I'm not mistaken, it was a radical movement. You guys were on the ground. You guys were confrontational in a very productive way, really. But that seems to have subsided. You, in particular, I don't see you at the front line picketing anymore.
No. I'm still there. Yeah. The idea is that one of my personal vision was that at some point in time we need to be able to hand over the movement to its rightful owners. We were just perhaps torch barriers, one would say. But at some point, the young people themselves needed to come out and start being on the forefront of issues that affect them. We were just basically awakening a generation, and we did that fantastically, brilliantly with my colleagues. But then at some point we said, look, now it's time now that we start taking a backseat and let others also run the picket lines, but also at the same time also running the movement from a backside angle, I would say. So everybody has a role to play, and mine is basically I'm off the back guy, trying to make sure that everybody is towing the line and everybody is well taken care of. So that's ever since then, that has been my vision of the movement. But also at the same time that we also appreciate how far we've come, how far along we've come to this stage. And one thing that we have also said is that we have also realized that, look, we can't always be the forefront of it, because at some point the movement needs to take new faces. People must get to know new people. That's why you found, for example, Munime. You found there's a guy called Saki Lago. You found Sam David. So everybody else now the idea was for us to say, look, the issue is no more about George, Job, or D, but it's bigger than three of us. So new people must be able to take over the movement and drive the same vision that we had at the beginning.
Yeah, the interpretation that will come from what you just said now for some is that, okay, these guys think they are big now, they think they are more important, that they no longer come forth and confront issues in the radical manner that they have done before, that someone else must take the bullet.
Oh, no, not necessarily. I'm not saying that we are not at the picket line saying, I'm saying that in terms of leading the movement, is that it needs new faces, and that's why I was saying that, like, that's why I made the reference that a time had to come where George, that the movement is bigger than the three of us. And then the movement is bigger than the three of us.
Yeah.
So the rightful owners of the movement must come out and start taking part in this, and leading the protests.
Yeah.
We're not saying that no, somebody else will take a bullet on our behalf, but we'll definitely be leading the protest. We'll definitely be confronting the regime as used to. But in terms of the face of the movement, that's what, because everybody here used to say that no, it's a George movement, it's a Jobs movement, or it's a Deeds movement, and that's what I'm trying to squash. That no, it's not just the three of us.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of also the Travers when they were at New Era, you're also participating. So I said that look, let people like yourselves and everybody else start also coming out and participating and leading protests.
Yeah.
It cannot just always be the three of us. So everybody needs to come out and play their role as young people.
Yeah. What was the vision when you guys started? You said I was never part of AR.
No, I'm not saying part of it. I'm saying in terms of when you're reporting, basically, when you're reporting at our scenes, you could see that people will generally just want to talk to the three of us, but say, let people, others, also come and talk and lead.
Okay.
Look, the vision of AR has always been...
So in other words, sort of, what gave birth when you guys took up the spades and all those things? What is it that was actually burning that you felt, no, we have to confront this?
Man, with me, that it was, I was in SA.
Yeah.
And then there was an article that was making rounds in Namibia that time saying that no, where the former mayor, Kafula, said that no, these Delish, them are golden kids, ministers' kids are golden children, so they deserve more. Actually, they're entitled to land and services more than ordinary leader on Kapana. Then the other issue was also that that point in time, city police were demolishing they were demolishing shacks. And I was saying, but why is it that these things only happen in Windhoek, and also and why is it that we as citizens that are not known to have big surnames and uncles and aunties are seen to be second-class citizens. And that's how we said, look, we need to find a way to deal with these matters. And the issue is also that we have been trying to a friend of ours was trying to acquire a property land to build the house. Now he was in a flat, and then he traveled. On the way to the north, he lost his life. So immediately when the landlord heard about it, the landlord came and kicked out the wife. So he said that how can we be inhumane so the only place I'm going to own is my grave, my graveyard, my burial site. So he said it cannot be that in Namibia that young people should be treated as second-class citizens. Young people should be rendered unworthy to own land and to have a dignified home. Yeah, that's what led us now to go and demonstrate in Claim Windhoek. And Claim Windhoek was also significant because that's where it's an affluent suburb. So everybody knows that if I put up a shack there in Claim Windhoek, the property value will immediately start falling. And the whites will also not allow it because they said no, why is a shack? Why is the city allowing a shack to be built in Klein Cooper? So that's how now, and that's why the decision said, let's put it to where it will head themselves, because politicians are in bed with the white people also. So it said that, so if your friend comes and cry and you're also in bed with them, you'll do something. And immediately like that, it happened that you got suspended and expelled. The rest is history.
Yeah. Do you ever look back at that journey where you started and what you have gone through and say, but I regret some of these things? I mean, for example, you were kicked out of SWAPO, and then you guys fought in court. You were reinstated in the party. and then you resigned on your own terms
Mm.
eventually. But because every time I speak to activists of the AR movement, they talk about how these personal sacrifices have actually cost them life opportunities and stuff like that. What has been your personal experience?
I mean, it's no different from any other activist. I've also lost opportunities, but opportunities also opened up. I got to meet new people. I got to make new friends. But if I have to go back, I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it much more better. I'll probably, the energy will be probably 3 times, because now you know where to hit and how to hit. So I'll definitely, I don't regret any bit of it. The journey has been fulfilling. It has been exciting as well, but also painful. That because I lost friends, family members. I don't talk to me anymore. Yeah, but it's what life is. Life is it's a smooth sailing. It's a smooth sailing. So one learns from it and say, look, what happened, what happened. So let's just move forward and try and find new means and a new meaning to things.
Yeah. When you talk about people deserting you, family members, friends, what is their basis? What do they say, George, we are no longer going to associate you because you've become an idiot? What are they saying?
No, it's always been that no, you are defying the party, you are defying the elders, disrespectful. You are what the other one? You are no longer an equal. You're no longer a comrade. And I'm also scared if I'm with you, I'll also get expelled. So those things here were the basis of it. And I was like, oh guys, it's fine. And some family members like, oh no, it's my job. I can't be seen with you in public because I'm scared I'll lose my job. Some of them said, no, my opportunities, I lost opportunities because of you. So I was like, okay guys, but in hindsight, what have I benefited from you as well? It seems like since now you are crying lots of opportunities, what did I gain apart from you being my family member? Nothing. So that's always my response. Like if I lost nothing, and you are prevented to, and you're preventing to lose something, then means that this was never a relationship, because it was just one. It's one-sided base, and I don't deal with such.
Is there any specific any specific thing in your life that you think you've lost it because of your activism? This might be a specific thing that you said, if it wasn't for this thing that I do, I wouldn't have lost this opportunity.
I know if I have to tell you, then I also have to kill you as well, Trevor.
Yeah.
So, no, it's. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities. Yeah, I can't say, but there are quite a few that hurt me.
Yeah.
But because of the support system that I have from my close family and friends, or those that remain, was that is just to keep my head up and keep believing in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So for as long as I believe in this journey, that's how I'm able to sleep peacefully at night.
Yeah. Absolutely. We go for a quick break and return for second half. We continue the conversation with George Kambala. Engage me on the Revolutionary Union that I suppose would be an affiliate of AR if it gets registered and all that. But what is the status? Because it came with a lot of energy. It was confronting abusive employers.
Yes.
and all that. Now it's 2023, and it is nowhere to be found in terms of formalizing the institution. Is it a Mickey Mouse business?
No. We don't deal with Mickey Mouse business, Trevor. We are very radical activists, and we are serious about our programs. Also serious about unchaining Namibians from slavery and capitalism that is the regime of today. So we are of the opinion that and understanding that we are now in litigation because the Labour Commissioner has been Dilly Darling with our application. We have been back and forth in emails and documents. We say that no, this way does not mean this way. Cosmetic changes on the constitution. And at some point, said, I guess, look, let's just give in and make all the cosmetic changes they require so that we can get this thing over and done with. So we did all the cosmetic changes that they required, and then we found out that the minister Tony is also dilly-dallying in our application. Then we are asking them, the commissioner, what role does the minister have to play in our application? Because the processes of applying to become a union in Namibia, that the minister has got no role in it. But in this instance, because we know that the constitution went as far as the SWAPO headquarters and as far as the presidential office as well. And we said that we cannot tolerate these things anymore. So we took them to court, to the labor courts. So we are busy in that process right now. Say, look, it's either the minister recuses, ensures that our application is approved, or we take you to court for dilly-dallying, because you can't be a minister and still be involved in administrative processes of the labor commissioner's office. Yeah.
What?
On the other hand, also there is that people perceive that because the labor that activists are no longer going door to door to Chinatown or going where to shut down offices and confronting employers, is that the union is dead. No, the union is not dead. We are still busy. Confronting these employers. One of our activists, Patrice Trafeni, is very active in the coast here in the coast in the Rango region. He's very much involved and getting results there. This our activist Angelina, also in the north, also here in Windhoek. The only difference that perhaps that we're not doing is that we are perhaps not blasting these things on social media. Because I said, look, at some point you need to be tactful. Yeah. You need to have strategies and tactics on how to address issues, because not every issue should be blasted on social media or on video, on camera. Sometimes you just need a calm voice. You go there, you talk, and then issues are resolved. Sometimes you need to be robust. Sometimes you need to put it on blast. But like I said, it's a matter of choice. On activists that are doing this, that are busy with labor issues. Every day, our offices we receive complaints from employees, and we deal with them case by case.
Yeah. Why do you think the dilly-dallying is about? Why would anyone be dilly-dallying about your registration as a union?
I mean, because remember, when we do things, we don't do things just out of inside. We are very much forward thinkers, and everything we do, we apply strategies and tactics, and also scenario planning. So we know for a fact that it won't be an easy registration. An easy registration in the sense that I apply today, tomorrow I get the application like anybody else will get it. But because everybody knows that if we are to register today our union, most of the unions will be rendered useless. NUNW will become useless. NAPU will become useless. NANTO, all these unions will will be rendered useless. Because each and every professional that we speak to, each and every citizen that's employed in some sort is eagerly waiting for that. Is eagerly waiting for the application to be approved. So we understand the magnitude of weight that goes into this application, the interest that everybody has in that application. So when that application comes to Evo, I'm not even sure if the media union will also be
in existence.
Be in existence, because everybody knows that because everyone knows what we're able to deliver. Everybody knows that we are able or what we're capable of, and everybody knows and everybody is scared that once we go enter that space, it won't be easy.
Yeah. Let's go back to AR again. So do you think that AR is still the brand that it once were? I mean, it used to be the hope of many people, especially when you guys were at the forefront. You know, people bringing applications for land, people doing this. I mean, fighting for the people in the informal settlements. It used to be such a radical, very helpful, very confrontational movement, and we don't see a lot of that anymore. What transpired?
See, as time goes, like I said, we apply strategies and tactics. As time goes, we realize that we shouldn't give everything the same energy that we give. And that's how we came up with a different set of struggles. We have the demonstration, we have litigation, where we are confronting the judiciary of the elections, you have the labor and so forth. So each and every set of struggle has its own strategy and tactics. Sometimes you don't need to go on the streets to demand change. Sometimes it's just a letter that you write, and that letter hits someone, and then somebody is able to understand the context. Sometimes you have to go on the street and so forth. Now, in terms of the brand, is that the movement has grown and keeps on growing. And like I said, that as we are growing, we were also enabling activists themselves, our activists to also start coming out of their shells and leading this issue that we're saying.
Yeah.
So you find, like I said, like a guy in a guy called Sakelago that is busy in Kambala constituency, for example, in those Axelan, Save-the-Land people. And he's addressing issues there, and he's winning there. But you're not saying that you're not seeing it because it's not George or it's not Job. But if it was Job or George, then the media will be writing about it every day. Because it's not me, it's on the third, fourth page of the newspaper. Yeah. But if it's me, then it will be front page, and so forth. There's a difference that we're trying to. This was one thing that we're also trying to eliminate as well. That look, for as long as it's not George, you must also give the same person the same courtesy that you give me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I think then the final question for you, George, is so what is the end game here? What is it that you know? I suppose activism sometimes is a lifetime commitment, but there are people who also say, "Look, I will engage in activism up until this stage. Once I see that what I've been fighting for has been achieved, I can then become a normal citizen." Your friend and co-founder of AR, Dimbulukeni Noyoma, is on record that he now wants to be more focused on business and at personal emancipation. What is your end game?
Mine, to write a book.
To write a book.
My end game is to ensure that my kids don't have to have the same battles I'm fighting now. They should probably be fighting about Wi-Fi, fighting about going to the moon, and such things. So that's my end game. My end game is basically to ensure that that my kids don't have to fight the same battles I'm fighting. and also one day to just to be a normal citizen, enjoy life, write a book, like I said, because I started writing the book, so hopefully by the end of the year I should publish. So at some point, I also want to say, and I also want to say, call it quits, but with activism, it's very difficult to call it quits. You found that there are tribals until their 80s, they're still activists. They're still writing. They're still active in terms of political activity. It never goes away. But in terms of going onto the streets, yeah, at some point I'll definitely have a limitation to go on the streets, meaning demonstrations and so forth. That will have a limitation, but 7 million people, I don't see it ending anytime soon.
Absolutely. My guy, thank you very much for making
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
Yeah. That was tonight's show with George Kambala. Thank you for watching.